Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Cat's Cottage. I'm sitting out here on my balcony again, listening to the rain, and I hope y'all can hear it. Got a hot cup of coffee. Move you back just a little, get you off my face. Nice hot drink. There we go. Now, I turn this way. Well, everything's pretty good. Let's see, I got, trying to get my stuff correct after going to all these doctors and dentists. I'm trying to get all my medicines picked up. I hadn't picked those up yet, but I'll get that handled. Anyway, we are getting some rain, and I had gotten some plants in the ground, in the dirt, and I need to get some more in the dirt, and I guess they're just sitting out there getting flooded, but I don't think it'll hurt them. But anyway, do y'all remember? I remembered something this morning. Oh, here it comes. I hope y'all can hear me, okay? I don't have a mic on me, so I'm going to try to out-talk this rain. Do y'all remember, did your daddy ever do it? Take an empty bottle, pop bottle, drink bottle, and catch rainwater? I remember that. Wow. Okay, and I seen, catching the water from the dripping off the porch, and I say, what do you want that for? Remember I was that little pissy kid. What are you gonna do with that? What you doing that for? What's the purpose of that? And he'd say, I'm putting it in my battery. In my car. I'm putting my battery in my car, And I wonder if anybody here remembers that. He said it has electricity. So I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I just had that memory of him doing that. And then I have collected rainwater, got rainwater out of the barrel, and washed my hair with it. That was supposed to be the thing to do back then to take care of your hair, was to wash it in rainwater. And I did all that, Well, when I was a kid, I took a bath in the rain barrel. And more than a bath, I got in there and played, But I didn't use any soap. Mama wouldn't let me use soap in that rain barrel. So, but anyway, I remember collecting the rainwater for my hair. And this was after I was grown up. I think my mama did it when when I was young. Well, back then, You didn't wash your hair every other day or every day or whatever. You washed your hair like, I don't know, once a month or something. Um, she would suds it up all over, and sit with it. Let it be all. She'd have a towel around her there, and she'd have her hair all sudsy. She had black hair, so you could see all that sudsy, you know. And what are you doing? What are you doing that for? She said, I'm soaking my hair. Soaking your hair? I'm soaking my scalp in hair. I'm getting it clean. I'm letting it soak in and on my scalp and everything. I said, okay. Yeah. And then she'd rinse it with she'd wet it with the rainwater and she'd rinse it. She could get water out of the sink if she wanted. She could put her head over the sink, but that would have to come from the well. Then, and electricity would have came on to pump that water up, like that. And, but, yeah, I can see her sitting there with her head all sudsy. She was a tiny lady. But at the time, I didn't think she was tiny. She was just Mama. And, because, I was little myself, so I didn't think she was tiny. I didn't realize till I become a teenager that I was so much taller than her. But, yeah, I remember her there with that sudsy head. I don't know if I ever did that. I don't think I ever did. My time as an adult, for a few years I was living with my husband's relatives, and I didn't do anything like that around them, and anyway, I was trying to think. Of course, we all collect rainwater. Well, we all don't. Just us certain ones are collecting rainwater. But anyway, I collect rainwater. There is a difference in the water. You can feel it, when you run your hands through it in the barrel and everything or whatever. You're getting water for your flowers. There's a difference. And I'll walk over there if I got my hands real muddy and stuff stuck in my fingernails. I'll hoops up some water and, clean out my nails and all that. It's not sterile, it's just getting that outer flush mess off of you. But yeah, I have a rain barrel in the front. Y'all probably seen it. I bought that one. And in the back is just a big old tub that, you can buy it in your hardware store for garbage. But I'm not sure where I got this one back here. It's really big, heavy duty. I think my stepson might have given it to me. He's a sweet guy. He's always bringing me junk. That he finds on the side of the road, or somebody dumps it, or he sees it in the somewhere. At least I'm thought of. Even though it's garbage. At least I'm thought of. Now, he's bought me some pretty neat things. Some, old vases and tools I could use. He's brought me wildflowers with the roots, and he brought me a dogwood tree, and it's back there in the back. It's growing. A little small one he got out of the woods, and I think he's brought maybe some pond plants and fish and different things like that. He's a pretty good fellow. And but anyway, I was talking about the rain. I'm talking about the rain because it's raining. We're getting soaked. We're getting soaked again, and I don't know about planting in the ground, going in the back and planting in the ground anywhere. So I'm just glad I got these big old tubs, these metal things that I bought, and I wouldn't mind having another one, put up. because I am really tucking vegetables in here and there, trying to get them to fit. And and I hadn't been able to burn my little pit I just bought but one time before the rain came. And you know I didn't throw the old pit away. You know I'm a junker. I took the old pit around the corner, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna plant onions in this. I'm gonna plant in this. Maybe might even plant a watermelon in this fire pit. But what I ended up doing was I had so many big pots, I just set them around the circle of that pit, and I thought I'm gonna fill these up with dirt, and I'm gonna, you know, it'll get them up off the pit will get them up off the ground, because you know you have those have snails, and with all this water, oh my gosh, are we gonna have snails here? Anyway, it gets them up off the ground. And thing I hate worse than anything is moving a pot and seeing roaches. I mean, I hate that. I mean, every time I just get to stomping them, I can't stand roaches. And anyway, I got that gets them up off the ground from all those snails. And you know I wasn't gonna throw that away. I still have a barbecue pit, a little round, or you know, one of those round ones, a barbecue pit, and, you know, and I put dirt in that, and lettuce, onions, you can grow all kind of things in there. Man, it's already fixed up. It's got the drain and everything, you know. It's got little legs. It's perfect. Oh gosh. I guess I can't be helped. Well, it looks like the rain has kind of cooled down a little bit, coming down easy. Oh, gosh almighty. But I am, you know, my rose garden out there, of course, all this rain doesn't help that rose garden. Other than watering it. But I don't think it needed water. But my roses and everything are coming along good. You know, they're new in the ground, so they're not going to look like, you know, gorgeous, covered everything. But they're looking good. They're really looking good. And I got a particular rose in the front that I am so impressed. And I don't know what it's called. And I kept the tag and attached it to the fence right there where it's at. And I'm going to go out there and look again as soon as it stops raining and see what the name of that is. And I'm going to see if I can find those roses again. That's, you know, you have to kind of try things out. A lot of things don't grow well in your soil, your weather, your area, whatever it is, or that particular ground. But yeah, I'm real happy about how the roses have turned out. And a lot of the neighbors are stopping and telling my husband what a wonderful job he's done. They do that all the time. They'll see him out cutting grass and they'll pull their car over and they'll tell him how wonderful, what a job he's done, you know. Look what that old man, let's stop and tell that old man, maybe, who knows, maybe he'll give me some flowers or come down and cut my grass. But yeah, he comes in and tells me, oh, and had another car stop, a person down the street. I said, what, did they hug you and kiss you and all that kind of stuff? No, not this time. Sometimes he tells, my wife does it. This is not me. This is my wife's doing. She did all this. I'm just cutting the grass. When they start asking what kind it is and all this stuff, and they don't believe him. They think it's his. They think it's his. So that's okay. Mr. Frog been a little bit quiet today. this morning. He's been quiet. And when he's quiet, I start not to come out because when he's quiet, I'm going to stay back a little bit. Who knows what's out here? Be a booger man out here. That's why he's all quiet. You know, when you walk up on a pond and frogs can hear you or feel your vibration on the ground, they'll stop making that noise. So that's kind of like a warning. Maybe you need to stop too. But anyway, I'm probably gonna let y'all go. I just wanted to come out here and let y'all listen to the rain a little bit. And it's gonna be a good day, but although it's gonna rain off and on, and I'm gonna try to get out there and see where I put my plants that I didn't get to plant and if they're grounded or not. So, but I looked at roses other day at that place where I go. You know, that little self-owned little shop. Ooh, they wanted $40 a piece. They didn't have any climbing roses, and they wanted $40 a piece. And I thought, you know, that might just be the price that I would have to pay if I ordered it online, if I couldn't find anything. But, oh, I don't know. I'll look around a little more, but I do need to add, I got this going, and I can't turn my back on it and say, okay, it's done. I got to keep my eye on these roses and add to them or take away. And I got to figure out what plants. I want some tall blooming plants, kind of like foxglove or delphininia or hollyhocks. I'm trying to get those to growing in here because I want some tall plants in my front in that full sun. And what I did plant last year did not come back. I didn't find anything that was supposed to be perennial. Didn't come back. So I'm not sure what happened there, unless the weather was just too harsh on it. So, but anyway, I'll keep working at it, and you know, whatever's here is whatever's here. So, but I'm gonna let y'all go, and y'all have a great Saturday. I probably won't see you till around Monday again. And y'all have a good weekend and stay busy and get off that sofa. If you're the one that needs to get off that sofa, not everybody is on the sofa. Oh boy. And get out and, I don't know, even if you don't have the ability to go to, dig in the ground or mess in the ground, go buy your pot and set it up where the sun will hit it, or shade, whichever it needs, and put your plant in there and tend it. Put your plant in there and enjoy it, because we all need to keep touch with the earth. We really do. A lot of us think, oh, I'm not messing up these nails. I'm not digging in the dirt. But they make gloves, And also, I know I take socks, my husband's old socks, and I cut them off, cut the foot part off, and I'll slip it over my arm to protect my arms from, something might happen, bite me, or mosquito might get me, and then you can do the same thing with your hands. You could get some gloves and cut the fingers out if that bothers you, if the fingers bother you. What I did was I got a whole bunch of socks, my husband's old tube socks, and I had mosquitoes I'd have a t-shirt on, and mosquitoes just eat me up right here. So I put cut another piece about like that, and pull it all the way up over the elbow. I mean, they were wearing my elbow out. They couldn't get in here in this part of the arm, but they were wearing my elbow out. But yes, last year, I wore long sleeve shirts, uh, you know, material, not flannel like this one is. And that helped me from the mosquitoes. And mosquitoes can't always, you don't want to always be putting that chemical on yourself. So the shirt will protect you from mosquitoes. And of course, you go out at certain times of the day and try to get your work done before they show up. And that, you know, you don't always make it. You know, they'll come in the evening. If you're an evening, like to go out in the evening, they'll be there in the daytime, really. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna look for some shirts that have that that clingy wrist, and I'm gonna cut them off, and I'm gonna bring them to here. You've seen those Asian people wear those things. I always wondered about that, and that's what it's for. You know, to protect your arms. I mean, you could reach over and, you know, a little spider or anything could bite you in here, you know. Or you could get on a stick and scratch yourself, or maybe rub your arm by a stick or a metal and scratch your arm. You know, that's not a bad idea, you know. Um, and wearing long pants, you know, to protect your legs and ankles, and I'm the kind of person I get really hot working outside and stuff. I get hot, but I think it's more important to keep the bugs and mosquitoes off of you. So, frogs talking now. Maybe we'll get 2 males in there, so it won't be so hard. But the last big old frog was hauled off by the hawk. Hawk got on top of those limbs and sticks I have, and he sat there and looking down in there, and I thought, you're after my big old frog, aren't you? And sure enough, up he yanked him, and I could see that big old frog. He took off with him, and it was a little bit before I had another one, and then this one has, you know, grown up enough to be the man now. But yeah, the hawks will come in and swoop down, or they, you know, you have birds flying all around them, and they'll just, no, I'm eating frog legs today, not chicken. So, but anyway, I've added a little more brush on there. If y'all see that in my videos and wonder, what in the heck is she doing? But I've added a little more cut limbs on it, because that hawk just would take his butt and just push it right through those limbs and then pull him right up. And so I added a few more, and you know, try to do your best here. And I've seen many a little bird go in there and hide from cats, neighborhood cats, and hawks and owls, you know. So that's what, if you see that, that's what that is. But I think I care more about the wildlife outside than I do what it looks like, you know. But anyway, that's enough. I'm going to go, and like I said, y'all have a great weekend, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.